Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. I'm at that stage in my life where I'm no longer involved in achievement. I'm just much more involved in appreciation and gratitude for the miracle of life itself, with all its craziness and what I call the nightmare of history, which, as James Joyce says, I'm trying to awake from the nightmare of history, what a catastrophe it is in some ways. But it doesn't stop the wonder from being there. And that means you got to sometimes take risks, and you got to have a hard skin because you could offend somebody, no matter how much you think your intention is not to do that. But Lenny Bruce was one of my favorite comedians in the early days, and of course he was arrested a lot for doing material that was like, really pushing it out there. And it wasn't until years later that the 7 famous words that George Carlin said you could say on TV now that you couldn't say then. But one of his famous things that I really like was explaining the difference between the Jewish and the Goyish mindset. He says, dig, I'm Jewish. Count Basie is Jewish. Ray Charles is Jewish. Eddie Cantor is Goyish. B'nai B'rith is Goyish, but Hadassah is Jewish. If you live in New York City or any other big city, you're Jewish. Doesn't matter even if you're Catholic. But if you live in Butte, Montana, you're going to be Goyish even if you're Jewish. You understand? Kool-Aid is Goyish. Evaporated milk is Goyish, even if the Jews invented it. Chocolate is Jewish, but fudge is Goyish. I like that. Fruit salad is Jewish. Lime jello is very Goyish. Okay, all Drake's cakes are Goyish. Pumpernickel is Jewish. And as you know, white bread is very Goyish. Instant potatoes, Goyish. Black cherry soda, very Jewish. Macaroons, also very Jewish. Black people are all Jewish. Italians are all Jewish. Irish people who have rejected their religion, they're also Jewish. Mouths are Jewish. And bosoms. But baton twirling, very Goyish. Okay, underwear is definitely Goyish. I love this. Balls are Goyish. Titties are Jewish. Okay, this is Lenny Bruce. Don't, celebrate is a Goyish word. Observe is a Jewish word. Mr. and Mrs. Walsh are celebrating Christmas, but Mr. and Mrs. Bromberg observed Hanukkah in Kamisha Lake, New York. All right, so I love that little thing here. I hope it gives somebody a chuckle and you don't take too much offense with it, but that's what comics is supposed to do, push the satiric and parody of things to the nth degree. And of course, free speech is going to make somebody feel uncomfortable, but that's really their problem. Nonetheless, one thing I try to do, since my mind is so quick and usually I want to talk and not let other people talk, is a big teaching for me is in conversation, not assuming I know where the other person is headed, but really let them finish what they have to say. And I don't have to do the active listening and repeat the last 2 things that they said to show that I'm here. Oh, I had a great time there. Oh, so you had a great time, huh? No, I don't have to do that. But finding our way back to being open, as if you're going to find something out for the first time, which is really like beginner's mind in yoga. That's really important. So I always say persistence is one of the most important things in the path. Regularity, doing it on an ongoing basis, also really important. But this is one of the most important one-liners I can think, right? If you keep on going, you may not reach your goal. But if you stop, you never will. So take that for what it's worth and keep on trucking no matter what your thing is. Don't lose faith. Turbocharge yourself. And many situations will make you feel unsettled and threatening. But a lot of times it's our own beliefs about the situation that's worse than the situation itself. So I hope that you learn to set goals for yourself and find out the difference between a kind of drivenness that's filled with stress and effort and a kind of inner peacefulness that is the reward of your journey, no matter what the destination is or how far you are. Just by virtue of the fact that you're involved in it and doing it, there's a certain kind of elan or vitality there. I've talked about the dopaminergics, that even if you don't reach it, just the effort to make it excites a certain kind of energy is in you that's very upfilled, you could say, in terms of the vibration. So find the voice that speaks to you like a wise and encouraging coach. And then, as an example of something that you might continue to look at and then expand from this one example, Remember, the beauty of intelligence is everybody's smart in a different way. So how you're going to define this, I don't know. But enjoy your hands and the idea that you got an opposable thumb, and appreciate all the ways that your hands help you and how different life would be if you didn't have hands, if you had claws, right, or stumps. And so one of my nicknames used to be Fingers because I had large hands when I was growing up. So I hope you appreciate your hands and then expand it to appreciating everything about life itself. All right, today is Wednesday. It's not too late to get to the next Good Vibrations yoga class at 11 o'clock. Go to my website, GabrielHalpern.com, and sign up. Otherwise, we'll see you up the road soon.